Wow.
Truth Entertainment Films and AAA Productions presents the AAA Podcast. We're aware, alive, and about it. We're here to cover all topics, no holds barred, from politics to sports. We've got you covered. No topic is off limits. No issue is too hot. This is the AAA Podcast.
All right. D80, what up, big bro?
Yo, BV, what's happening?
Bro, living. So you see my avatar right there. Thanks to your suggestion, I'm gonna leave it like that while I fix my camera technical difficulties. But bro, how you feeling?
I'm okay. I cannot complain. Just working. Yesterday, I was in a meeting with the Greater Cleveland congregations. They're a congregate group of all the different types of churches across the city, from temples to mosques to, churches, just everybody coming together to help further or help create better political landscapes for people in the city of Cleveland. And a lot of times that's the misfortune, and then most of the time that misfortune ends up on the African American color side of the spectrum. So just getting back into the flow of things. Shouts out to Kalila Worley, like she is so awesome.
That's girl I spoke. I was talking to before when we were trying to put together the one program. How's she doing, brother?
Really
I know she's
great.
busy as heck. There's a lot going on to try and fix right now.
Really great. She's doing her thing and hosting as she did with the meeting last night. It was like maybe 30 some odd different churches there, representatives, and we just kind of was able to talk and get the information on the latest issues and the things that we need to be pursuing and just things that we knew about, but they were able to lay out the facts and give us the data that we need to kind of go into our own communities and see what we can do, man. This is, it's crazy out here.
Bro, it's mad crazy. It's been a lot on so many levels, from a federal to a local to even statewide, with so many things happening right now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of change. Some for the better. Some things have gone to the extreme.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, we're in the middle of a fight, I feel like. And for me, for the first time ever in my life, these past 4-8 years, I feel like shit just got real. It's always been real. No disrespect to everything, man. But
is that because of Trump, or why you say that?
I think partly it's because of Trump. And I'm gonna say this: I think Trump made a lot more people pay attention. There's probably been a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
You got Trump. You have social media, more outlets than just your typical news on TV. So you have more access.
Right. I feel that. Yo, what up, Reg?
What's going on?
Professor in the building.
What's up?
How you feeling?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing all right. Did you want to finish your thought, Jamar, or would you?
We can jump into the part. We can get ready thing, because I'm gonna fix this. Why? Reggie, what's new with you, brother?
Not too much, man. This past weekend I had a good time. Shout out to Trailer Made Productions. They had a Black and Bling party at the Jewish Community Center up on Gypsy Lane. It was all that. They're having another affair. They're having a New Year's Eve party. So if y'all in town, check it out.
That's dope. I'll be in Toronto for that time frame, but that's just what's up, though.
Oh, that's what's up, man. You got your passport, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna be doing for the freaking first. I ain't even thought about it, man. I'm like, that's sad.
I go every year. Well, I mean, you don't have to actually do anything. Being at home is probably the best thing to do because it's kind of safer and you spend less money.
For sure.
I end up at somebody's house drinking all their liquor.
Well, listen, I mean, if you're down here,
that ain't bad. So you got you got your picture back. All right, okay, BB back in the picture. Okay.
Back like I never left, baby.
Yeah. Back for the first time.
Yo, before we jump into this, have y'all watched Mason Cam's show yet?
Nope.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yes, on Instagram.
Bro,
I see it.
Them two, I'm almost like mad because them two together are hilarious. It kind of sucks they fell out for so long because them two together are mad funny. Just
Mason
they play up. You can tell they were like really close before they broke up.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, they play high school ball together, all that, and against Nori and them and
stuff like that. Yeah. But it's weird. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I was saying it's weird. And Cam sometimes says it with light jabs toward Jewels and Jim. I don't think because they were under him, the respect factor and the way he talks and he deals with Mace is different. Whereas with Mace, it's like you could tell there's a respect factor there. You could tell like there's like, this is my brother. Those is like my underlings. Those are like my whatever the case, like just my dudes.
Why are we surprised about this?
Right, because he really knows Mace. Like he really knows him. Them, he don't know them like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up with them like that. Jewels is not his age neither. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. He said they had to make Jewels record like all Jewels hot songs, hits that he had. They made him like stay in the studio. They made him not go out. They made him record like his hottest songs because he didn't want to work. He just wanted to go party and everything else, and they had to force him to stay in the studio.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Cam a wild dude, man. I like Cam a lot now after watching him on
Dipset. Yeah, I've been a Cameron fan since a long time, man. Maybe 16 years old I was, I believe. But
you definitely should check out his show though, because where you're like it at, bro, is like they give a lot of insight of a lot of things that we didn't know. Like to your brother's point, he was saying that Cameron brought up a story about when he had to go get a bat to save Mace from fucking Dame Dash because Dame Dash was gonna whoop his ass. But he said the backstory to that is people don't know that Dame Dash used to box Golden Glove. So he'll really fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? So he was older than them. He was like, it was a tough decision. He was like, because they both like my brothers. He's like, but I'm like, nah, it's not a fair fight for me. So I ain't have no choice to go get the bat because this motherfucker was talking about, he was finna fuck him up. So.
No, I dig it. I just I don't know. I know a lot of stories, from just the street stuff and being a fan of each one of them for so long. It just, it's kind of like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. Like he asked Mace the one time, like, why didn't you take me to Puff, and you took me to Biggie and and he was like, because I knew that they wasn't gonna jerk you, they wasn't gonna give you a bad deal, and they was gonna treat you right and take care of you.
Yeah, I mean, horse and carriage wasn't a bad rollout. I don't know if anybody remember that, but it wasn't a bad rollout at all. Like that got a lot of spin, man, and that made a lot of buzz for Cam. I mean, I bought the album. Several people I know bought that album.
Mama
yeah, Senorita,
or Sigari,
rise to the top.
Crush on You.
Well, yeah.
You into that story?
What about Crush on You?
Y'all there?
Oh, good.
Because Cam really wrote that. Right?
Did you say Reggie?
Cam really wrote Crush on You.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Well, I was late to the party. I think I posted it like on one of them social medias that I didn't know he wrote. Well, at first I thought Mace wrote it, but then I found out Cam wrote it. Crush on You.
Yeah, Cameron wrote that. Actually, they paid.
And when you go back and listen
Mace
to it,
to do it, but Mace pay. I mean, yeah, they paid Mace to do it, and Mace paid Cam $5,000 to do it.
Wow, go ahead, Cam. That's the reason I like that guy.
Killer.
But yeah, I can hear what you were trying to say.
I'm a fan now. I wasn't a fan back then. You say what?
I can hear what you was trying to say though. That's true. When you go back and listen to it, it sounds just like fucking Cameron rapping too. That's a fact.
Yeah. So, what you want to? Reggie kind of spearheaded these topics we're gonna jump into, because we're not gonna do the usual spill, because there's been a lot of things going on, kind of some deep things, and I missed it last time. I appreciate my brothers holding me down, but we got to talk about these Diddy allegations. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we say allegedly. We got to make sure we say allegedly, because they're gonna come sue us for our StreamYard password, because that's all they can get. Yo, I don't know how much I want to believe Danny Boy, but he threw some shade and said some stuff about Mary J. I don't know how much I want to believe or not believe. And then you got, I think it all ties in, so I kind of want to call this like the hip hop and R&B, or AAKA as I'm naming it now, the bad boy era. And there's been a lot of bad boys. And don't forget about T.I.'s little badass son who want to be from the hood so bad.
That stresses me out, man.
Yes, me too.
That's tough, but it's reality.
So, that is. So what y'all want to start off with first? Oh, wait. You know what we got to start off with? Let's start off with what you brought up, bro. They finally got that motherfucker Santos out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Dude was weird, man. Over here with foot OnlyFans fetishes and shit like that, and spending his people. I don't give a damn. I'm happy he spent their money on the shit he wanted to spend. That's what they dumbass get for supporting.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, it's too bad it's not legal.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, don't do me wrong, lock him up, but you know.
Yeah, they said there was a bit of COVID fraud, a bit of unemployment fraud. I mean, I don't, want to go down the list of, his charges. It's like 23 federal allegations that they got against him, federal charges or something. I don't know. But, with him out of the house, he got expelled today, which means that he has to pick up his stuff and leave pretty much immediately, and can't finish out the rest of his term. So now his seat is pretty much up for grabs in New York. So you have people trying to scramble to get ready for a special election, and hopefully that get flipped back into a blue seat to get the House Democrats a little more leverage than what they have now, because again, him getting expelled was not something that was going to be a gimme, but it did actually happen, and we'll see what happens next.
Is that the representative from New York?
Yeah.
He was a dude. He kind of snuck in under the radar, but by the time they realized, by the time that the Dems realized it was already too late. They weren't paying attention. Dropped the ball somewhere along the line. He capitalized on a moment and a momentum, and hey, now you got it. Hey. This is the effects of Trumpism, man. People start just liking people because they say whatever the hell they want to say and ride his bandwagon, and then they're like, yo, I'm going to support that guy, and don't never do no research to who the hell these people is and if they can actually do the damn job. I.e., I'm waiting for them to get Marjorie Taylor Greene ass, but she seems like she Teflon Don right now.
It always seems that way. But yeah, I agree. He flew under the radar, but I don't want to say he got exposed or anything because he made his own thing. You know, he did that. Nobody else did that. You know, but he kind of admitted he had to do what he had to shake what he got to get what he want.
Seems like there's been a lot of that going on lately.
Yeah, you know. And
hold on,
that's
sir,
the perfect segue. Huh?
I said, he was like, hold on, sir, let me get that last bit of dribble.
Right, and that's a segue into Diddy. See?
I sip crisp, y'all sip piss. So
take that.
Oh, he was allegedly he was take that. He was.
I just don't understand, like, why do people do all that shit when they got just that much money? Like, I'm not doing all kind of weird shit. I'm just gonna pull out my money, like, here, bitch, you want this? And that's it. I'm not doing nothing.
Absolute power for us. Absolutely.
I mean, I guess it would get bored after a while, but I'm just saying it ain't gonna never get that bored.
No, it's not about the money, it's about the power. And the thing that we're not seeing, and we shouldn't because we're not in that mindset, but what happens is just like the same rush you get from shooting a gun, the same rush you get from taking cocaine, the same dopamine rush that you get from shopping and spending $1,000 and feeling that excitement, that same dopamine is the same thing that he's getting doing what he's doing. And it just happens that his stuff lands on the illegal side of life. But it's the same rush, it's the same high, it's the same thing that people chase. It's just when you have that, when you have more money to do it, I guess it becomes more habitual. Because I was kind of thinking about, you know, Deshaun Watson and his kind of situation. Not to say that they're the same by any stretch.
I get it.
But you know,
it becomes the norm.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, because regardless of the Deshaun, like, even though that's totally different, but I understand what you're saying, because like the Deshaun Watson story, what I said about that was like, okay, maybe people are embellishing this, maybe people are adding more to the story, but when you break it down, you're like, well, there's something going on here, because why the fuck do you got that many goddamn masseuse?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? So with that, it's like, come on now, bro. And with Puff, it's the same thing. And now that I've been doing research, it's like it's been right there. People have been saying it from the beginning. It's just we've been turning a deaf ear to it because, you know, a lot of times we think like, well, no, that's it. They just lying. He just lying because he's black. He just lying because, or it's just not a big deal. Or it's a person that's upset with him that's saying it. But now
we're thinking he hating.
Right. Because, you know, people lie when they get mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to see that some of this shit is true. It gotta be.
Maybe. I don't know. Not here to, you know, give any Puff slander or anything like that, or go to jail. Or
I ain't neither, but that man damn sure fucking settled in world record time, bro. World record.
Yeah. I was impressed. I will say this. I don't claim to know the details of what. Oh, Jamar, you freeze again? Jamar.
No, I'm here. I'm looking.
Okay.
I was looking up images.
I mean, you wasn't moving, man. I'm like, oh gosh,
you hear me?
Again. Yeah. So
I was sitting there looking up images. I was gonna put an image on it.
I got you. Well, I'm gonna just give my little thoughts, I guess. You know, I had been hearing things in the industry, you know, for years about, you know, possible things that he could have been doing and an activity that just wasn't right, and not really being a good person per se, right? And a lot of that was exposed when Mace left Bad Boy and started kind of talking about how in a sense Puff really is, you know. And that kind of opened my mind up to, man, because, you know, Mace was like, he was one of my favorites, man. He, you know, I bought both albums, played them religiously, both albums. So to hear, you know, the allegations that came out with Cassie and to know that this could possibly be other people, and over the years and years and years of him just, you know, doing whatever he was doing, man, it's kind of sad. But I'll say this, and not to liken him to the level of Harvey Weinstein or anything like that, but if all these people knew what was going on, ain't nobody really say something. And that should say a lot.
I agree with a lot of what you said.
That says a lot, man.
Not wholeheartedly, because that last part, I think that some people were saying stuff. But I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying. Like, if y'all motherfuckers knew this shit, like, why the fuck were y'all saying it? But I think that some people were just were being silenced. Kind of like R. Kelly. I knew that R. Kelly was a pedophile when I was a child, but it's like it went away. I heard one day on the radio station, like literally, I remember like it was just, I heard one day that he was married to Aaliyah. I heard it when I was like 12 or 13 years old. And then all of a sudden, it just completely disappeared off the face of the earth until like maybe 7 or 8 years later. And all of a sudden, he's pissing on people. He's having all these girls at his house. He's doing all this shit. And I'm just like, wow. Why didn't it just completely go away and everyone just act like it didn't happen? So I definitely agree with you on that part. But I've been seeing a lot of older interviews lately when people are saying stuff. Perfect example, Cameron. Now, when him and Mace weren't exactly buddy for years, I won't say that they were feuding at this point when I seen this interview, but they definitely weren't friends. He said verbatim, I wish I knew how to pull up the interviews to show it right now because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
He said verbatim that Mace was staying in one of Puff's apartments downtown on 34th or 35th Street and Park Avenue. If you know if you know anything about Manhattan and New York, your ass got to be basically rich.
Okay.
So he said that he said this is before Mace had any albums, anything like that. He said that he was signed to it. And he said, you know how like they got the brownstone apartments, like how you got to go down the steps and shit like that to get in when you first walk the street. Okay. He said he goes into that apartment. He said, so Mace is knocked out, but you know, this is nigga, he broke. So we gonna let him in. He said that he went to the motherfucking bathroom, right? This is Cameron's own words, verbatim. He said he went to the bathroom and he said he seen like one of them fucking, like one of those rubber dildos.
And with the dildo on it?
Yeah, on the wall and shit. And then he said he came back out and he said he was talking to Mace like, yo, like, what the fuck? And you know how Mace talk, right? So he was imitating. He was like, yo, like, that's his stuff. He be having girls and stuff, but yo, I don't know. That's their stuff. So Cam said this years ago. Now we can easily say that, oh yeah, well he probably just said that because he was bad at Mace at the time. Well, he really wasn't indicating Mace in that. He just was saying that Mace was there, but he was really saying.
But hold on, Reggie. That's not what I mean by not saying something. What I mean is trying to help the situation, not like in an interview. I'm telling with the load. I meant like
covering up, helping them cover up.
Yeah, or when I say or coming to the light with it, like, hey, I tried to talk to, and I'm just example. I tried to talk to Cassie. I tried to, get her out, but she was like, no, or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like you, I mean by again telling this stuff in stories. Okay, that's cool. But I mean, like, was you really trying to do something? Like, if you knew something was going on. Now, the freaky stuff, I have no idea about that. But I was talking about trying to help out the actual person.
Illegal shit.
Yeah.
I think because a lot of, and I have to agree with you. Since you clarified that, I'm gonna have to agree with you because the second thing that I've seen is recent too. Do you remember Mark Curry?
The actor. You talking about the actor?
No, the bad boy artist.
Who?
Mark Curry. He was with Bad Boy in them. He never really dropped the album, but
I think he's a singer. He's a singer, like a writer and shit.
I'm not familiar, but whatever. Go ahead.
Well, listen, I've seen a recent interview of him, and I wrote this down. I made sure I wrote it. So I made sure
this is deep.
I wouldn't fucking like
misquote him.
Like we said. Oh, misquote him. He stated that Puffy also broke Kim Porter's nose. He said he witnessed that, and he also knows for a fact that he wiretapped her phone. This is before he died. Before she died. So to your point, nigga, you know all that shit he ain't saying.
Yeah, that's heavy. That is heavy.
The boy is wild.
Yeah, that's heavy stuff, man. I don't know what to say about Puff, man.
He a bad boy.
For life.
What type of nigga like to?
What type of nigga? At first, I had to stance like, you know, they trying to just break this brother down. But like I said, after a while, you just keep digging, and everybody just keeps saying all this weird stuff. And then some of it is not criminal. It's just freaky shit. But then when you mix the freaky shit with the criminal behavior, it's just like
that aggressive behavior of like you can, because you have money, people tend to like you get drunk with that power. It gives you that power because a lot of people don't want to get cut off. A lot of people just want to stay attached to you because of the access that they get or what you're doing for them. And so they tend to let you do a lot of things and get away with a lot of treatment and behavior towards them until it gets to the point where they feel like, okay, they're done, or they find a strength to stand up to you. And by that time, a lot of times it's years later. Like Cassie waited years and years later to come out with this after they've been broken up for the longest. I mean, when he done broke up, went on and had another child, been messing around with other chicks. And she broke up with the dude she cheated on him for, or whatever case. And then she turned back around, was like, yo, I got the strength. I'm getting in trouble. I said the same thing to me. And it, no disrespect to his past baby moms and no disrespect to anybody else who's been a victim to him. But if someone does you dirty or assaults you, sexually assaults you, abuses you, forcefully puts themselves on you, and you do nothing about it, and then that person continues to go on doing things, you are not part of the solution. You become part of the problem. Like all the women who sat there and did what it took with Harvey Weinstein to get them positions and those jobs and those roles and everything else, and then it took like one person to step up and everybody else to step in and start stepping up. Like, yo, you know how many women you could have saved if you would have stepped forward, and how many other women who are traumatized or whose lives are destroyed or who got played or whatnot, you could have. And like you get in trouble calling people out for like, yo, you could have saved lives. You could have did something. Right. That's like a man sitting there watching another man get beat, and then we just sit back, yo, that ain't nothing to do with me. I'm gonna stay out of it. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Or seeing it happen to a woman, and then look what they be saying to us.
Yeah. And like we some fuck niggas, we some cowards or something like that, because we'll step up.
So Jamar, did you watch the episode when it was just me and your brother, when you had your family stuff going on?
I was in and out of it, checking it out and whatnot, because I was gonna try to clip it, and I just never got around to clipping it.
Okay, well we didn't say exactly that, but we definitely like touched on that. And where I touched on it at is with Aaliyah's family. Yeah. Listen, they are some fucked up people. Aaliyah's parents are fucked up. And the reason why they're fucked up is because they knew all that stuff was going on. You knew that the damn girl married him. You know what I'm saying? You knew all that. And then that's not even the bad part. That's not the bad part. The bad part is, why didn't you say something? The reason why is because you traded what happened to your child for the rights to his first 3 albums. Fact. For your silence.
Wait, they traded on handling the situation for the rights to his first 3 albums?
Listen, Aaliyah's parents to this day have the complete masters and 100% rights to R. Kelly's first 3 albums.
That's heavy. Yeesh.
Why do you have possession of that? Why? There's only one explanation why. You've been had it. And it's the same reason why you've never said nothing. You let it go. That's why I said, remember I said a few minutes ago, okay, so I knew when I was a teenager that they got married, and then it just went silent.
Yeah, we knew the same thing. Just I don't know what happened.
Right. Just like I like to keep bringing up stuff. I keep telling your business. Like people, like females right now, they act like they don't know that Usher got herpes. Don't act like you don't know that. Don't act like you don't know that. Because you do. You do.
Ooh, girl, look at
You silly.
I ain't forget.
But
you said I ain't forget.
Getting back to the Diddy situation, he is now divesting himself of ownership in his companies. He's removed himself from the chairman role on Revolt. I don't know about the Ciroc situation yet because nothing's come out. But
he kind of tarnished that and fucked them up in the business anyways.
Well, that, and also there's other companies and businesses that contracts he has that we don't even know about, that he'll for the meanwhile. But to be honest with you, I really think in the back of my mind that his strategy is to bow out gracefully now and come back and buy it back. And that's what I think he's gonna do, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think this is I'm done, I'm out. I don't think that's what this is about. But what's gonna happen is he's gonna lose a lot of the
endorsements.
Well, nah, that's not. His assets and net worth are gonna shrink. So he'll be off the Forbes list for a little while until he develops a strategy to bounce back and again invest himself back in those companies, or just create other companies to kind of compete with the company that he used to own.
He'll start hiding money, pawning money off and businesses off into his son's name and trying to.
Yeah, I just think that's the strategy. You silly. But I think that's the strategy, man. And I just can see that because again, when you start divesting yourself from your ownership of your own company, something that you created, and knowing kind of us understanding how he is, we've been watching him our whole lives, really. You know that he's not really going away quietly. He's just doing what he has to do to get the noise down. Because several hosts, or maybe 2 or 3 hosts from his network had quit because of the charges, and they say, "Hey, we're sexual abuse victims, man. What you did, that ain't cool." So they jumped ship, and people started to complain, and advertisers began to pull out. So he's like, "Okay, let me get up out of here now." Granted,
Cindy says he deserves to lose it all. I don't know if she talk about him or she talk about R. Kelly or she talk about both. Cindy, you gonna have to let me know if you talk about both of them. You talking about Diddy primarily? Who? I mean,
he's lost his partnership with his charter school in Harlem. He's losing everything. From my understanding, that it's not confirmed, but they're saying that Diddy. He settled for $100 million with her. And some of the transcripts are coming out. They're starting to say that he would have her look up big black cocks for them to have freak off sessions, verbatim.
Wow.
That's not abuse. If she was doing it and she kept doing it, staying there, that's just some freaky ass shit. I mean, I want to be fair in the process. I'm not going to just, whatever case, Diddy a freaky, nasty nigga. Now, the behavior and the way he treated people, and if he forced himself upon her, is different from making her Google up big black cocks.
Yeah, I don't think that's why she got money. I think it's a little deeper than that, but it's just probably an example of stuff that was happening. That's all.
She was saying other stuff too, like, you know, that he would take her places, like different states to states, and basically like let people run trains on her, watch her have sex and stuff like that, and forcibly do it.
Yeah, that's the issue right there. That's the problem. Yeah, that gets you jail.
You know, you almost human trafficking. God dang.
Basically. All right, we can move on, man. We done killed Puff several times.
Take that. Bad boy.
Yeah, that's what I said, Cindy. I said, I guess before you looked on, that he that Mark Corey exposed them, saying that he broke her nose and he wiretapped Kim's phone too.
Yeah, that's tough stuff, man.
I think if you keep digging into that, we may figure out why she died, because that's still like a mystery.
Yeah, that was abrupt to me.
Right, she wasn't old or nothing, in bad shape or nothing.
It just kind of like, oh wow, what? Yeah, you know, you kind of take a double take at that, because you just, not really used to seeing that. But yeah, that was deep.
Y'all heard Quincy Jones in my face.
Stop it.
You want to go Danny Boy, or do you want? Because I feel like the T.I. King Harris situation is deeper than just that. I think he's not the only kid who's like that. I mean, we all know it, and we all grew up with that mind, with kids that mind state. Hell, I might even be guilty of it. Of like, yo, like, and all of us with experience of growing up in the yo know what it feel like. Someone like, Mom, man, you ain't from the yo, you from Boardman. Like, think I ain't from no motherfucking Boardman, man. I'm trying to play me like that. Knowing goddamn well in reality, bro, as I matured, I wish I did grow up in Boardman to get the education, the better school system and everything else. But
or Liberty or something like that. I don't know.
Liberty, all kind of shit. Swimming team, tennis team, all kind of shit.
Letterman jackets.
Letterman.
They ain't had no roaches in their school. Nothing.
Nothing. Come on.
Like, you had to piss in the hallways. You got a Picasso in your house. A Picasso.
Nobody had no guns in school. Nothing.
Yeah, like it's. So I don't know. Did everybody here see the video with T.I. and the son at the Falcons game? And it is crazy because it happened on the game where they were celebrating hip hop. The Falcons were, and so they gave out, you know, some gave a lot of hip hop artists their props and everything else for what hip hop has meant to Atlanta and overall. And they were in there, you know, living it up in their suite, their box, and I'm sure there was alcohol involved, but they got back into a back and forth because King was like, they're out there acting an asshole on the field, like, no, we ain't doing that in the A. We stand on business, and just all kind of other stuff, like acting an ass, like some of us have seen some of our friends do, because I like to think we're all distinguished gentlemen here, you know. But we grew up with some niggas, and some of our friends like to be niggas at inopportune moments, and he was out there embarrassing. So when they got back and forth with the press, not press, they're walking their suite, and he's always talked about like how, like, yeah, y'all see TV and think I was this, but in reality, I wasn't living with my parents. I was only over there to tape. I go right back over to my grandma's house in the hood and everything else, and that's where I really grew up at, and that's where I lived at. I didn't live with my parents, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna take from what we at so far. Like when y'all seen the video, what was your? Bro, I'm gonna ask you first. What was your take on watching that whole interaction?
Now that are we talking about from the promotional part coming out, or are we talking about just immediately after that video?
Immediately after, because I think the promotional part is a spin. I think it's a spin.
Okay, because I was thinking differently. Because that made me look at the video differently. So if we're thinking after the reaction, I was just thinking, it was with them, so you feel like you're part of whatever the action is going on, but you ain't really doing nothing. You just observing. You're in a sense of bystander. So I can kind of understand why he could feel that way, because that's, you know, when I first heard him say that, that's the impression I got. But again, I'm not in this situation. But I just got the impression that he was just around this stuff instead of his family and all of this stuff. I feel like it's part of it.
Years ago, when I used to have no life or something like that, I used to watch that show. It actually was alright for a reality show. But he had, the boy has problems. He always has had problems. I don't know exactly what the diagnosis is because I'm not a doctor. But bare minimum, he has ADHD. And if anybody that ever watched him has seen like how he is, you know, like he used to be like crying. Like his dad used to be telling him, like you know, you can't just get it like you're not just gonna wake up one day and be a star. He has problems. He wants to be something that he's not. When he was in school, he used to be fighting. This motherfucker used to be wearing chokers and shit to school. Like at first he thought he was gonna be gay. He thought he was gonna be a girl. He has fucking problems. He has motherfucking problems. But I do respect the fact and like the fact that his mom and his dad both told the truth and put him in his place. Dude, you only was at your grandma's house because your grandma would let you do whatever the fuck that you wanted to do. And your real parents is not gonna do that. Like, anybody that has children will tell you, and I seen it myself with my mom. Like, I would say something to my daughter and try to discipline it, and my mom would intervene. And I used to be like, who are you talking to? Like, you know, this is my child. You know what I mean? And that type of stuff would happen. Like, my mom would tell me, don't talk to her like that. You know, just be calling us bitches and motherfuckers and all kind of shit. So, you know, kids are master manipulators. You know what I mean? So what he would do is he would cry, hold his breath, and all that shit. So he would go over to his grandma. But you have to remember, who is his grandma? Are you talking about T.I.'s mom? Or are you talking about Tamika's mom? Don't either one of them really live in the hood. Not for real. Not for real. Because everybody knows who their parents are. So they can easily be extorted, robbed, or anything like that. So they're not gonna let their parents just live in a fucked up situation. So even if he was at his grandma's house, listen, both these people have been millionaires for more than 20 fucking years. You think their parents are fucked up? You think their parents are in the hood? No, they don't. And why do you want to be from the hood?
If they do, they're not struggling living there. They just don't want to give up their house. And their environment is there. So
I mean, T.I. from his own folk.
Yeah.
Listen, your parents worth over $100 million, bro. Why do you want to be from the hood? But to your point, though,
is that the bigger question here?
I think that T.I. may be trying to help his son be something because he don't have no talent besides running his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Period.
So is that the bigger question here, or one of the bigger things, which I thought this was dope because I thought it was dope, bigger than what we see on the surface level. To my brother's point, I think that whoever the publicist is, or whatever the case, seeing it as an opportunity to spin it, to say like, oh yeah, it's really whatever case, get y'all talk about us because we got this show coming out, or whatever case. That would have worked, in my opinion, had we not already heard King making these arguments and having this behavior with the Waffle House issue. And then the other trouble that he's been getting into, we're trying to, with this betrayal, and we've seen this behavior. So it was like, nah, like dude was really, really like out there like, yo, like I'm standing on bit in the disrespect he had towards his parents, back and forth and everything, the whole arguing, and T.I. snatching him up or whatever the case. Like, to me, it was like, nah, like he knows his son is fucked up. He's been talked about before and talked to and had to deal with the fact that his son is behaving. He's a dad, and unfortunately, one of his biggest flaws as a dad is that he loves his kids so much that he doesn't, because to me, it's like, yo son, if you made and worked your ass off to be here, to put your family here, to provide for here, and your son is crying and begging to go to the hood and grandma spoils him, grandma's not the only fucking problem. The problem is you in the first place, even allowing your son to go over there because he gets spoiled over there and whatnot. What type of control, what type of direction, what type of leadership does that showcase about
How
you?
can you stop it though?
Yeah, but
he can't
that's
be there
not
all the time. He's T.I., bro.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good. That last, I was feeling
that's
into that
on both
last
of them.
part. No, I was feeling into that last part. You can't withhold a child from his grandmother for something like that.
But it's not
He be
withholding.
trying like to check him, but it's rough. You know what I mean? That motherfucker got a problem, bro.
I
Like,
don't
it's
think
not
that's
withholding.
the
You
solution.
just had a spoiled ass kid. Listen, spoiled ass kids, toddlers become spoiled ass 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds that become fucked up 11 and 12, 13-year-olds. Yo, it starts with the parenting. The reality of it is he probably feels guilty in a sense because, I'm T.I., I got locked up at times, I'm always traveling or whatever the case. So when that happens, a lot of times as a parent, because you can't be there like you want to be there, you feel guilty and you let a lot of shit slide. And what you do is you create behavior, that acceptance of behavior, and that acceptance of behavior manifests into this thing to all of a sudden now you want to try to maintain it and control it, and you can't because you let this monster grow and grow and grow. So now it's out of you.
Not with him, bro. Like you gotta watch the old episodes. Listen, that little motherfucker is a menace. He one of the type kids that like, okay, like if you try to discipline him, beat the fuck out of him, that motherfucker hold his breath, bro, and call the police on you and every fucking shit. That kid is a menace, bro. And he been like that since he been 2 years old. Out of all his kids combined, he's worse
So
than
there's
all
no
of them.
excuse because they got the resources to get them the help on mentally, emotionally, physically. They got the resources to do it. That's bad parenting.
Cindy said he need to be snatched up.
I don't know.
He puts his own mother in that video.
Listen,
I mean,
if we were talking about any other kid,
right.
and if I never would have watched the show, I swear I would agree with you. But I don't think that you ever seen nothing like him. Not for
wow.
real. He
Bro,
like
yo,
that. Like he need
He
medicine.
was
like
he
that.
was like, I remember watching, he was like 6, 7, like whatever came, even younger when the show started. Bro, that's your children develop that behavior because you tolerated that shit and thought it was cute at first and used to let it slide and you not giving me attention.
You think T.I. was letting that shit go?
Bro, look where it's at now. He you know what? Maybe like you said, him not being there, okay, cool. Tiny did.
That's my
Both
guess.
of them.
Yeah, Tiny. I say that. Yeah, because that motherfucker don't be playing with him. He don't be playing with that nigga at all.
Bro,
But it's just like it don't.
He's making excuses for the nigga now.
Nah, bro. He just put him in a headlock and choked him out. He a grown man.
That was long overdue.
I mean, no doubt. But I'm just saying, what I'm telling you,
we don't know for
I think that T.I. is really putting hands on him and trying. But what I'm telling you, that nigga need medicine, bro.
Well, I say none of us know for sure the situation. All we know is we see the end result as far as what his son is actually doing when he gets in public. And to that, I think both of you guys are right. Even if T.I. put his hands on him, Reggie, it's still, this is the result that we get, which maybe didn't do much. I don't know.
It ain't gonna do shit. It ain't gonna do shit. Now with him, he got a problem, man.
Reggie, your mom letting you hold your breath and whatever the case, because you don't want to go somewhere. You think you was getting away with that shit as a kid?
Yeah,
I know me and my brother
like
wasn't.
It wasn't going down.
Bro,
Listen. We've seen a few kids in Miss Annie's class like that. You feel me? You know, sometimes discipline don't work with some kids. It don't. Yeah. Some of them really got mental problems.
It's different form of discipline that works in your kids. It's not the same. A belt is not always the correct form of discipline.
Riddling. With him, it's riddling. It's not no.
I mean, you might have a point.
It ain't no.
Yeah, you got to Reggie. You're right. It's there's different forms, and discipline is a big thing. And that's what I'm sitting there saying. Like, sometimes I've seen a ton of parents, and through my experience of being a stepfather and helping raise a lot of kids and having to be there, having a discipline, having to be the bad guy or be the good guy, the main thing, and from my own experience as kids, the main thing, we got ass whoopings, right? Because the one thing above all else that was not going to be tolerated was disrespect. It was not only disrespect to our parents, it was disrespect to other adults. They was like, even if your teacher talk crazy to you, talk back to her, I'm beating your ass. She talk crazy to you, you come get me. That's my job. You're not supposed to be out there disrespecting adults.
Facts.
Like, it's different. And I'll tell you this, I ain't been in jail. You been in jail, bro?
Nope.
And we did some sneaky shit in our life.
These are facts. Major facts.
Hey, how about this? We ain't never got whooped for the same thing twice.
I mean, you preaching the gospel right now, man. I mean,
hey, you know better, you do better. Even if you do it wrong, you do it wrong, but better.
Wronger. No.
What I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is this. He is the type kid, right, that will have Mr. Catone for everything. He is the type kid that if he went to Rand, listen, if he went to Rand, he would, and he stayed on Norwood, he still would get the bus home. I'm telling you, that nigga would have an elevator key. An elevator key. I don't give a fuck what you do to him. If you can hit him, abuse him, sit in timeout, take a Sega, PlayStation, whatever you want to do. As soon as you go to sleep, he gonna get at you, bro. He gonna get at you. Be a kid like that.
You're right, but you're right. We went to school with a whole bunch of kids, so I'm gonna agree with you on this.
Yeah, some of them motherfuckers actually ain't work. I ain't gonna point no fingers. I ain't even gonna bring up a story, but I know somebody right now who got a kid like that. Like, listen.
So I'm agree with you on that, right? Here's the difference is between what he did, what's going on with this situation is they had the resources and the access and the resources as in the funds and the access to be able to still go even get him the mental help that he could have needed from a psychiatric or whether it was a medicinal reason or whatever case to help him out, to help him keep focused, to calm that down. That's bad parenting no matter how you look at it. There was neglect from them as parents.
I think they may have, because of course they got it. But once a person turns of age, you can't make them take that medicine. You can't. You can't. So. Oh yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. You feel me? He's an adult out here. I mean, he's little as fuck because you gotta look who his parents is. Both his parents are short. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. His mammy name is Tiny. You feel me? So he's not gonna be big. You know what I mean? So people look at him like he's a child. He's not a child. He's actually 19 years old.
Oh, did you click it? Oh, bring it back up, bro.
It wasn't me. I'm just joking. No, good point, Reg. Good point. Morgan says he's stuck in the mentality of needing that parent's attention or feeling the need to be seen. Ooh.
Yes, he wants to be seen and he wants to be famous like his parents, but he's not talented, and that's why.
She may be preaching some gospel right there, man. That's a good point.
She definitely is. He definitely wants to be seen. He wants attention, and I think his father, to your point, his father is helping him because now he has a show. He can do podcasts and talk crazy and just say fake gangster shit now.
Standing on business.
Man, that's deep.
Okay, so from this, what I liked about this was this. It allows us to go into because King, unfortunately, is not the only person out here with that mentality. This attitude or this mind state of I need to be hood even if I make it, i.e. your John Morant's or and there's so many more examples of nigga we made it but we're gonna run back here and still behave and still act in this manner. Sometimes you got people who make it and not even come from that. The first thing they want to do is run and embrace that. And I don't know why. Why do we have that mentality like you're not black or you're not real or you're not a real black man or you're not a nigga if you ain't grew up in the hood?
Is that rhetorical or are you asking that for real?
I'm asking that for real.
I mean, rap music.
But I think before rap music, but rap music does help. But I think before that, I think we always have glorified the thief, the hustler, the pimp, the person that's getting by, the person that's getting over on the man, shit like that. Because we have historically never trusted the fucking police anyway. They were invented to catch us. So, we've always been non-law abiding, looking up to outlaw type people. So,
damn, man, I want to go tell the see the Lord Tucker. I'm sorry.
Wow, she was right.
She was right, bro. She was right. Oh,
was
she was wrong.
I don't know about
you let me straight, Pop.
I don't know about that because now that I go back and listen to some of the music that was out in the early days, in the 20s and 30s, it was very explicit. And on the other side, we as black people, we see a lot of things happen and don't say anything. Other forms of freedom of speech that directly are coming at us, and we don't say anything. A person can have a KKK rally right down the street saying "fuck niggers, fuck everything," and it's okay. We don't talk about it. We don't say nothing about it. Oh, it's okay. It's their freedom of speech. But we always have an opinion about what we think another person could say or do, or how it's detrimental to us. So, goes both ways.
So, bro, do you want to add to that before I ask my next question about that?
No, I'm good.
So, do we, as a culture, and I'm gonna call it a culture, and I feel that our culture, the behavior of our culture is spread just beyond just black. I think it's spread over the brown or the culture. Let's just call it the culture, the mentality, that culture, that mind state has spread around enough to say that we've normalized trauma. Seeing somebody get killed doesn't affect. It's almost like you become numb to it. Like teenagers being killed. I remember like when you would hear like of a kid getting killed at like 10, 11, or 12, it was like the most horrible thing in the world. And now it's like, oh damn. All right, little homie, RIP, and you just keep it moving. We've normalized trauma in today's society, especially within our culture and our community. And
I don't know.
I say, have we really?
I don't think we've normalized it. I think we've become desensitized to it. I think it's a different thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Normalizing it is making sure somebody goes out and making it happen. And I don't think that's what's going on.
But isn't that what our music does, especially like a lot of this drill music?
Okay, so yes and no.
Okay.
The music, I would say that doesn't really make people do anything. But what it does do is it does inspire. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, I see how they get money, or I hear how they get money in Chicago. I'm gonna go get money like that while I'm in Jersey, or I'm gonna get money like that while I'm in Idaho. I'm gonna get money like that while I'm in Wisconsin. So it's stuff like that. Yeah, you can be inspired by that. But the more than likely the situation is you're in poverty and you're coming up and you relate to a rapper that's talking about things that you're going through. So in that sense, yeah. You know, if I'm in shootouts every day, and this is 2013, 14, 15, you better believe Chief Keef is my guy I'm listening to, because I'm a hitter like he a hitter. If that's the lifestyle that I'm living, the music just enhances that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. It just enhances it. The music comes from seeing it. It comes from it already happening. It's not like the music is making it happen. Motherfuckers been getting killed forever. You feel me? America been the murder capital forever. This country is founded on murder and guns.
Yeah, but I feel like when we were growing up, that might have been the case. Me personally, and y'all can't tell me I'm wrong, but I feel like somewhere along the line we've crossed over to where now it's these kids hear the music and then they go out and try to imitate or one up it. You see Chicago go the way it goes, and then Jacksonville says, we'll show you, we'll do one better. Then New York goes with their drill, and they're like, yo, we'll show you, we'll do one better. And then all of a sudden now you have like Missouri and St. Louis and these other places are like they're taking the art and they're imitating it, but it's not just like to imitate it. It's like, yo, we want to show you we can do one better. And so they take these acts of violence that's portrayed in this music, because a lot of these kids are portraying the harsh realities, and or sometimes they're like, yo, like ain't no studio gangster here. Like, bro, these rappers is really getting locked up now. Like, and really committing these crimes and catching these Fed cases. And so these kids are out here like really, really doing it and trying to one up each other.
It's been like that. It's been like that since rappers been gangbanging. It's been like that since DJ Quick, bro. Think about it. How many times have you heard this story I'm about to tell you right here? How many times have you heard whatever gang you want to name? Oh yeah, OG came down from California and banged us in, jumped us in. No, you was listening to some fucking music or watching goddamn South Central or some shit like that.
Boys in the Hood.
Right, Boys in the Hood or some shit like that, and then come, bro. Stop it. So that shit been going on, man. It been happening.
Yeah, it's nothing necessarily new. But I think to Jamar's point, situations like YouTube, where you could see it more so than just listen to it, that has helped propel the situation more so than the actual music itself. Again, the music is just a kind of facade of surface, but when you see the visuals, you see these kids with Mac 10s in the street just letting it rip at age 12, 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? You hear Rondo number 9 coming out there talking about shooting at his ops and actually doing it and going to jail for it pretty much.
Yeah.
And still locked up to this day, I believe.
These cats is naming real niggas that's they ops that got killed in their songs, and then they're going back and forth, name it like a dude to make a song, get killed 2 weeks later for making that song, and then the dude that killed him is putting his name in the song, and it is like,
listen,
it's the art, it's not imitating the art, it's imitating life.
Tupac was rapping on wax about a Compton gang, right? About MOB, right? And the day he got killed, he was putting in work with them for no reason and got himself smoked and jumped a motherfucker, a real Southside Crip that killed him on camera in 96.
Who I Smoke, millions of views. Then the dude replies to him, and then, bro, they took, I can't even think of the name of that damn song, but some that song and made it into a Who I Smoke diss song on they ops. Most of those dudes in that video is dead, except for like 2 of them.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
If you actually open up Nas's first album, in the inside there's a group photo for about 43 people, and a good 35 of them were dead by 2015, I think he said. pretty much the whole group wiped out. Now, if you look at the pictures, because he's had that Nostalmatic documentary I just got. So, I mean, I'm just trying to kind of point out what Reggie's saying. Like, this is cyclical. This is nothing new. And the only thing new about it is the media and the way it's getting promoted is different. Kids and what Young Bleed say ain't nothing new, because young niggas still dying, talking about nigga what, talking about nigga nigga what, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but then you hear these same dudes, and these same dudes is now going out there saying like, yo, these young kids is wow, they different. These same dudes are going out like these young kids is like yo, like they
could be.
Yeah.
No, they could be wild, and they could be different, and they could be more fierce than whatever the year you can choose to pick to compare it against. That can all be true at the same time. It's just that we've seen this animal before. This is nothing new, is what we're kind of saying. Like, people being wild and killing, and like it's nothing that we haven't seen.
I think it's different because these guys are still victims. Those guys were victims of the circumstances, right? But the rappers, most of them, were surviving to tell the tale.
Right, exactly. And
now,
that's what T.I. be trying to tell his fucking son too.
Yeah. And now the difference is that it's not just the rappers are actually really the Nick. Like, we didn't. I don't know if we had a King Von back in the 90s. MC Hammer. Who? No, he hung with gangsters. Most of the rappers hung with real dudes. Yeah, most of the rappers were hungry and protected by real dudes. Now the rappers, like you said, what did Jim Jones say? Rap is the most dangerous job out there now. You want to know why? Because they targets, because they in the mix now. Yeah. Because now they're riding in the car doing the shots with doing the drive-bys and everything.
Well, can we? Man, I hate to say this. There's a phrase called "everybody wants to be a rapper." So, and if you listen to these people's music, so we're using the phrase "rapper" loosely. I think that when you have everybody who wants to be an MC, 9 out of 10 kids, you kind of hype up that rapper. Like, I think the numbers are overinflated, man. I do believe kids are better than they were in previous decades, or whatever that may lead to, because again, we're building on top of crap, and when you put crap on top of crap, you get crap. So this is just chickens coming home to roost, unfortunately. But at the same time, rap music does play a factor. I just don't believe that it's the driving factor.
It's definitely not, because like I said, crime has been going on, and then like when you do that, it's opening up another door that I don't like, because one thing I really don't like, I don't like unfairness and racism and shit like that. Like, okay, so with rap lyrics, right? We're seeing people have went to prison wrongfully about rap lyrics. We're seeing Young Thug go through it. Now, I don't know the exact extent to the YSL gang. I don't know exactly what they did. So I don't want to say that he's innocent. I'm not saying that. And I'm also a person that feels like if you're guilty, you deserve to go to jail. So I just don't think that you should be able to use rap lyrics to convict a person. And the reason why is because the only time that happens is when it's black people. If you look at other genres of music, particularly rock and roll, heavy metal, even soft rock or country music, there's a lot of songs that are talking about murder and things like that, but no one ever looks at that as violent. No one ever looks like, oh, see,
what you're saying is right, Reggie. What you're saying is right, but I think the difference is that
They're black.
How many country stars is got RICO charges coming against them, or rock stars got
Because
RICO
they're
charges
white.
coming against them?
Because they're white. They're criminals too.
No,
They're
because
doing shit too.
because their listeners, it's different. It's
Because they're white.
different because
Mac did a 20-year bid on something that they know for sure he's innocent of, all because of murder, kill. And when they fucking played the song in trial, they chopped it and put different verses in front of other parts to make it sound like he's saying he did some shit he didn't do.
I think we're asking the wrong question. I mean, we could ask why white people do whatever they do all day and long, but Reggie, if you know this is how people are getting hung up and you're black, why would you do the same thing?
That's true.
I'm just curious. Like,
that's true.
Why would you do the same thing?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
hold
saying.
up. It was a hypothetical.
You're right. You're right.
But what I'm saying is, that's normally when you have a criminal batch, right? They're breaking the laws. They're doing whatever they're doing in this area or community. They get arrested. They get killed. Some, whatever. They dissipate. But the next group that comes up beneath them normally learns from those mistakes that they made, figures out a way around the system, and then maybe last a little longer, make a little more money, have a little more territory, but then eventually they get wiped out, killed, murdered, go to jail, same thing. And so the next criminal batch that normally comes up is normally smarter, faster, and thinks better or in a more maneuverable way than the one before it, right? So again, if you know this is how people are getting rigged, why would you do the same thing? And that's my issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why would you rap about real life crimes? That's stupid.
Well, even if you didn't, even if you changed,
that's one part. But what I'm saying to you is this: I'm gonna use just one person. Mac got completely convicted of something that he had nothing to do with. Nothing. And was later pardoned 20 years later, after he did a 20-year bid, for lyrics to a song. What I'm saying to you is this.
You're right.
He's not a criminal. He never committed a crime ever in his life previous.
Oh, well, I got the perfect example for you then. More perfecter than his.
My point is this. My point is this. Why is it that he's looked upon one way, and when another person says the same exact thing, but not in rap lyrics, and is a different skin tone, it's a form of art? They can talk about killing you, cutting your throat, drinking your blood, throwing your ass in the river, and it's a form of art. But when
because those same people 9 times out of 10 didn't end up in court for killing someone or being involved in a murder. That's the difference.
But
the actions behind the art that they displayed. That's the difference. You got to hold these dudes accountable, man. Like, you can't.
How can I hold Mac accountable when he was acquitted?
Okay, I'm not talking about Mac. That was just an injustice of the system. Two things can be true. There's an injustice of the system, and then we got a whole bunch of dumbass rappers out here talking about real ass crimes in their raps.
But they didn't start that. I'm gonna tell you a person who's infamous for that. Who's infamous for that. My favorite rapper, Tupac Shakur. He rapped about so much
ever
shit
disrespect
he
Tupac.
Listen, all that shit he rapped about, he did not do. We know that. They're fairy tales. It's just shit he's seen other people do. So,
man, I was gonna do the Tupac thing from a different perspective, but man, you just stole my thunder.
My bad.
Bad take. We gotta scratch that from the record. No, but here's what I was gonna say, Reggie. Tupac, outside of his trial, the lady asked him, how are things going? How are you feeling? Right outside, as soon as he stepped out of court, right? And he's like, man, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm learning a lot about people's fears. Like, this trial ain't even about me. It's about people's fears, about what they think thug life is about, and what they think gang life or gang violence is about. Man, it has nothing to do with me. And this is my real life, and people got my real life in their hands. And then, of course, it goes to something else. So what I'm trying to say is, like, he pretty much let the world know what was happening to young black men when they got hung up in the court system. Everything is going to be used against you, and it's not even about you. It's about getting this black man behind bars because he's perceived as a threat or violent. That's the name of the game. So if you help them do that, then you're part of the problem. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying, but like, he definitely shouldn't have went to prison for what he did, for what happened. But he could have prevented that day. He's not guilty of what he went to prison for sure. But he definitely could have prevented it. Now, I'm not saying that equates him going to prison for it. I'm not saying that.
That doesn't warrant prison time.
No. I'm not saying it. It doesn't warrant prison time. No. But could he have prevented that? Yes, absolutely. So that's the only fault I'm gonna give him on that. To your point, because what you're saying is, sometimes you just keep fucking around, you keep being in bad situations, you keep pushing their buttons and shit like that, then you're gonna get fucked over. You feel me? And he's basically saying, well, this is because of this, that, and the third. Yeah, that's true, Pac. But Tupac, you shouldn't have went in that room and closed that motherfucking door and left that bitch out there by herself with that motherfucker.
But everything you said, and I believe it was another thing, he said it in so many words. Pac could have never went to jail. But you know what he chose to do? He chose to keep the street. He chose not to snitch. He chose to be a stand-up guy by the street code. He could have saved himself.
But
no.
He said going on too, though.
He said I don't want to go to jail. I'm claiming being incarcerated with some guys. Where they at? Do you want to see them go to jail? No, I don't want to see them go to jail. But I don't want to go to jail.
He never told on them. He never told and said that they, whatever the case, he kept his mouth shut.
He never said he didn't say that. He said that I don't want to go to jail. I'm in charge of being incarcerated with some guys.
Right. And that was Jack.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see
him
go
the only
to
one
jail.
Went to jail. He the only one went to jail.
Yeah.
But see, he also had another case going on.
But you don't give up the other guys. So
there's not giving up anything. What is he giving up?
And she never said Pac Diddy. She said Pac was there and present. So if a group of people are a sexual assault, but only one guy goes to jail for it because he chose to sit there and not snitch. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Wait. What happened to Haitian Jack's trial?
He was a snitch already. He was a snitch. He been a snitch.
What happened with his trial? We don't know.
He was government protected.
Wait. What happened to Man's trial? The other guy who was charged, Pac's road manager. He was the second guy charged. That was Pac's road manager charged. Okay. What happened to his trial? We don't have any details. Only details on the trial we got is Pac's.
Did they go to jail?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm sitting saying. You're targeted.
Pac didn't go to jail for raping her though. Anyway.
No. What I'm trying to say is that it's a reason why you only know information about Pac and not anybody else.
And it's a reason. Listen, it's a reason why he checked out that hospital quick as a motherfucker when he supposedly got shot.
He got shot. Stop it.
No, I didn't say he didn't get shot.
You said supposedly got shot.
he didn't get shot. He shot his own motherfucking self.
No, that's a lie. And that's
okay. So listen, he was there with two people, right? He was there when it happened. He was there with two people, and you can watch. Listen, this came on Fox. So you can look it up online. He was there with two people, right? Both of the people, only one of them is alive right now. Both of the people there said that it was only one shot. Both of them said that. And if you think about the odds, you can play these odds. You can look it up all you want. What is the odds of you getting shot close range twice and getting grazed? Zero.
Let's examine the other side of this Reggie coin.
What state are they in? What state and city are they in? What state and city are they in?
Manhattan, New York.
Right. What happened to Plaxico Burress when he shot himself?
In the nightclub.
Whenever you're in New York City, you're not allowed to have a gun.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie. We can Google that. We can bet whatever you want.
I'm from New York, nigga. I'm just playing. Relax, Reggie. Relax. Hey, I just wanted to come bother y'all.
No, okay. Can we
so that's a good reason for him to lie right there.
Can we re-examine the facts here?
Hey, Reggie,
Andy,
he
how
was
you
shot
doing?
5 times. Reggie, it says he was shot
right.
5
Hold on.
times.
Wait, man. You still in my thunder.
Nobody said that but him.
No, that's not true. That is not true. That is not true. You have
one person that was there that said that.
What'd you say, Andy?
The Manhattan City Sheriff. He held up the chart that Tupac had with his injuries, and he explained that he got shot that many times.
He got shot at.
Kicking him and hitting him, but they never shot him.
Reggie, you don't you just talking. Don't stop talking, man. Just listen for a second, please. I'm just saying. I mean, I didn't mean it like that, but I'm just saying. Listen.
You meant it like that.
No.
I see what happened to it.
We did too.
Okay.
All right. So, he gets these shots, right? And you talk about the people who were on the ground with him. If you go into Tupac's interviews, he tells you who was on the ground with him while he was getting kicked profusely, and that broke up his friendship with Stretch. That when he saw Stretch hit the ground and didn't come to his defense, and Stretch is the biggest person in the room, and while he's getting kicked and beaten and shot or whatever,
in the elevator, or
they weren't in the elevator. They were in the elevator lobby. You know what I'm saying? All right. So
yeah, they were walking towards the elevator, and then after dudes.
Yeah, that and Pac tells he that broke his heart, and that took their friendship, and that was over. You know what I'm saying? And now Stretch gets killed, but it wasn't anything because of what him and Pac had did. It's because he was still messing with Jimmy Henchman in a situation that he shouldn't have been in. You know what I'm saying?
The other one that's still alive.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Henchman
on the Soledad O'Brien and Ice-T special, he said verbatim that only one shot went off. Little C said only one shot went off. Biggie Small said they played the audio. He said he said when I found out what really happened, I wanted an apology.
He said I heard
one shot went off. Everybody there said verbatim, and you can Google this, look it up. They all said he shot himself, bro. They all said it.
No, okay, Reggie. Thank you. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, I was about to say something. I just came to talk shit real quick because y'all know my show about to come back on.
Let's do that.
That was okay. That was interesting. How y'all doing? I ain't seen y'all in a very long time. I haven't bothered y'all or anything.
Miss Savagely Humble.
Yeah, I mean, how y'all been out here in these streets? How you doing, Reggie? Because you real passionate about Pac shooting himself, and that's cool.
No, he my favorite rapper, but he did.
Look, not mine. My favorite rapper is behind my man's D80. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, how y'all been? I know y'all talking about Diddy. I just want to say, Diddy been touching boys and girls, and now y'all want to be like, oh my God, Diddy. Right.
He
been did it. It's nothing new. Why everybody so in uproar about Diddy?
That's for you Biggie. That's for you Biggie fans. That's for you Biggie fans who just sat there and said Biggie yo goat. He been beating on dudes and rapping some suspect ass bars his whole career too.
Yeah,
I put him in there, throw him over the bridge.
Hold on. Y'all know I don't tolerate Biggie or Jay-Z slander. I don't care whose show I'm on. This is not okay. Not okay.
I don't think it's slander, to be kind of honest with you, because Biggie said it to get people's attention. You know what I'm saying? And
but I agree. He been telling people this shit too. Like, but like you said, nobody pays attention to what people be saying. They just hear the shit and be like, oh, it's Biggie, oh, it's this one, oh, it's that. Man, these niggas been the same thing with Uncle Luke. Y'all think he wasn't touching the little girls too?
No, but peep this though. Now y'all heard about Mr. C, right?
Oh yeah.
With the training.
Yeah, and then what did Biggie say?
Listen, and Mr. C was his DJ. So,
right. What did he say? He's like, don't you know my? Well, no, he said, yeah. He's like, don't you know my nigga? But I started thinking like,
hey, Andy, no offense, but New York niggas is some nasty niggas.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean,
that's fine.
Biggie said some stuff, man.
Look, I'm not offended. Biggie said a lot of questionable shit that made you go,
But he did it for the attention. He got
absolutely. It was a lot of pause-worthy shit. You like,
love them.
Pause, nigga. But you gotta love it though. I ain't mad at it.
Sitting in the bar, and Biggie at the bar, and he said some wild shit. They were like, bars.
When I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell. Because I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard to fucking tell. You know what I'm saying?
He said some shit about fucking in the ass and all type of shit. There's a lot of suspect shit going on, so you can't even, you know what I mean? But it's 7:30, so I'm out. Love y'all. I'm behind, son. I'm behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I let it
Yeah.
I'll let you come on your radio show.
You don't love her.
Okay, so listen, real quick, because I know I don't love these hoes. Fuck you, baby. But now, like you said, make sure y'all come tap into It's a Hard Knock Life podcast where y'all finish with these characters right here. And I got y'all, but we record late night, so it just, we gotta finagle. Maybe I gotta get y'all on the weekend show when we record early in the day.
Down right now before you leave.
What?
Yellow band snitched on your Snapchat.
I know. I gotta go check it. I didn't go see it yet. He already hit me up. He hit me up and told me he was doing it. I ain't gonna look at it. I said, nigga, you play way too much, but that's cool. Why he gonna call it Snapchat, not ass crack? Savagely Humble got banned from Snapchat. It's all good in the hood. It's okay. It's A-okay, but when I go check it out, trust me, I'ma share it on everything. I later, y'all.
All right. So let's wrap this up. So I'll be ignorant, bro, and it would behoove me to sit there and put the blame totally on hip hop, right? There is a such thing as parental advisory on like most all of these records, right? Okay, and it all ties back into each other, weird enough, because one of the biggest issues with T.I. King is parental advisory, in the way his parentals handle the situation with their child. I know it's hard raising kids, and one of the biggest things that makes it more difficult is financial access, access to finances. That wasn't the case, and I know T.I. is a star, and he's traveling and everything else, and doing his thing, and so sometimes you sacrifice being in your kid's life like you need to be to go chase a bag. Same thing with Tiny. She's maybe touring or whatever the case is, so they missed a lot of parts of the kid. But that's the cost, and that's the price to have it. To King, I'll say this, bro, just because your grandma still live around or in the hood, your grandma wasn't struggling to take care of bills. Your grandma wasn't sitting here barely making ends meet, and no roaches and no rats, none of that other stuff. So, yeah, bro, you went and hung out in the hood. You really didn't live there. You hung out in the hood. But you're not a hood nigga, in the words of Gorillaz Up. You was there for play.
Yeah.
You wasn't there because you had to be there. People in the hood, 9 times out of 10, is they stuck there because they have to grow up in them circumstances. There is no choice. Daddy's not showing up on a weekend in a Rolls Royce to pick me up and take me back home to go hang out or take a show. You stuck there. And that's the reality of it.
The facts.
And it's also like the poverty part. Like, why would you want to be in poverty? Why would you not want to have? Why would you want to be alone? And why would you want to miss meals? Why would you want to be in a dangerous situation? You're not glorifying that part. You're just glorifying a bunch of people that just hang around each other and just act tough for no fucking reason. So talk about the struggle. Talk about that part. No one talks about that.
He ain't got the struggle. All he
Yeah, I was about to say
That's true. That's true.
They're not eating like water with powdered milk to make milk. You know what I'm saying? You're not mixing. They're not really going through that. Roaches and rats in the kitchen and everything when you turn on the lights.
See, he think when he interacts with other people, that's automatically the hood. Because, you know, where they live at, it's kind of like in a mansion, secluded and gated off. So he think whenever
I've been to T.I.'s house. I know where he live at, man. He lives on 2 streets at the same time. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like where his cars are at and the top of his house are on 2 different streets. It's so dope. Man, that's just it's raw shit. It's real raw. Like his house is like in almost like this. It's like, I know it sounds weird, but it's almost like on the side of a hill.
Another thing, and this is to go with what Reggie said earlier as we getting ready to wrap this up. No, I don't feel rappers' lyrics should be used against them unless they dumb as fuck and actually rapping about real crimes in their rhymes. Then you deserve to go to jail with your dumb ass. I hope they fucking throw you under the fucking prison cell because you dumb as fuck enough to be talking about real crimes that you or your homies sat there was involved with and whatnot. That's your stupid ass fault. And I feel no sympathy, and I don't think the system out to get you if you get caught rapping about real crimes in your rhyme. Now, if you were just talking some other shit and murder, kill, and living out the fantasy part of your raps, and they bring up some random bullshit, talk about, yo, because you rap about this and this is not real, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. I think that's bullshit. But you rapping about real crimes in your rhymes, you know what I mean? Real crimes, nigga, you do the time. That's your dumbass fault. You a dumbass, and I don't feel no sympathy. Just because you black don't mean I'm supposed to feel sympathy for your dumbass.
That's true. That's true. But what I'm saying to you is like, where can you draw the line at with that? I think that
don't rap about real crimes in your rhymes.
But look though. Okay, so look, it doesn't have to be a real crime. You could just say anything about a murder, right?
Bro, but everybody since Mac, earlier in the days, in the 90s, I believe, since Mac, only niggas getting hit up for real shit in their rhymes is niggas that's talking about real crimes in their rhymes. Now, listen. Now, what you saying is,
with that mentality, with that same mentality, people are gonna go to jail that have not done shit. Just because you rap about a murder, don't mean that.
Hey, if you rapping, I suggest you make sure you keep the lawyer on retainer.
Why not tell rock stars to stop talking about killing people? You see what I'm saying? We don't get judged the same way.
I see what you're saying. I agree.
We don't get judged the same way. They're not gonna go to jail for talking about killing people.
Reggie, I feel you. Reggie, I feel you. Just don't rap about real crimes in your rhymes, you dumbasses. And then you good.
How do we know they real? They counted.
Reggie, we can't sit here and be like, yo, it's unfair when you got dumbass niggas that's just sitting there rapping about real shit in their rhymes. They fucking it up for the niggas that's really out here just rapping stories.
Yeah, but like I said, where can we draw the line at with that? Where can we tell?
The line is this. The line is this. You listen, if you self-snitching, that's your fault.
I mean, I feel if that's what you're really, really doing, if you really commit a whole crime and just lay it down detail, you know, I went and picked her up on Fifth Avenue, and, you know, I dropped that bitch off in McKelvey Lake, and all of a sudden, a bitch that you was fucking ends up in McKelvey Lake, and I feel you're right. But, you know, we can easily pin a crime on a person just because, okay, well, his name is C. Murder. Anything with a murder, bad example, because I think
Bro, Master P that nigga might be guilty. Master P spent too much money on that dude.
I think he did.
Trying to help him to get out. And Master P and Monica, because Monica was tricking off trying to help him get out. Too many people spend too much money on C Murder or to constantly get things. And the way that I've learned about politicians now in these days is them motherfuckers always could have been bought. So he might C Murder might be that one nigga that really might have did it.
I think he did because his eyewitness testimony, the boy's best friend was there, said that he shot him right in his face or his chest.
Yeah. So all I can say is all those affected by Diddy, victims
hold on, wait.
allegedly. Huh?
Didn't C Murder say on that True album that he shot somebody? Yeah. So he kind of confessed too. So okay, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking like, man, that is kind of right. People do kind of say that in their songs.
I also want to make a confession too, and I need to file that case against Diddy too, because in 1999 he ear-fucked me for more than an hour with that Forever album. So.
Bro, that's your fault. You bought that shit, or did you have Jorley get it for you from Oasis?
I stole it. It wasn't my money back. I'm still traumatized. Look.
Take that. Yo, unfortunately, Diddy, I can give him his props and still not fuck with him at the same time. But I will say this is Bad Boy knew how to put albums together and good music. Diddy did know how to pick talent. He did, because I don't know what the fuck now, but he did have an ear. And he knew how to pick talented rappers, talented producers, talented singers, and he knew how to put albums together. I always sat there and said the game's biggest mistake was going with Dr. Dre instead of going with Diddy when Diddy was trying to get him, because Diddy was, don't get me wrong, 50 hooked him up, but Diddy was going to get him right. Diddy knew how to put out a rapper or an album, period.
I don't know.
But I say that talented dude, just because you talented, he gotta handle the same criticism R. Kelly did. Just because you talented as fuck and maybe one of the most talented people in the world don't mean we gonna excuse your fuck shit. And all those people who he did wrong, I'm sorry. But all those people who he did wrong and they stayed quiet out of fear or self-preservation, you might have to hold a little bit of that weight of you allow for more people to become victims.
But that's one way of looking at it, though. But, people with money are very dangerous individuals, bro. Very dangerous. Listen, we both have grown up with people that we know for $200 or $300 right now will kill you. So just imagine what he can do with billions. Well, he was a billionaire, but with millions. So, it's very easy for him to tell a person like, listen, if you run your motherfucking mouth, yeah.
Reggie, if you was Mace and I was Cam and I walked in that house and I seen that dildo on the wall, I don't give a fuck what this nigga's selling right now. Is you okay?
Bro, I'm pretty sure that was in the conversation, like, is you all right, But I've also found out other stuff too, like most of Puff's hits, those are songs that Mace brung with him.
Yeah. Actually, in all honesty, as much as Mace drags Puff has given him his props.
Yeah.
He has. Like, in New York knows. Like, when Biggie died, Mace carried New York. Jay-Z was Jay-Z, but no, it was like Mace was that biggest thing for like a year and a half.
Commercial-wise, yes. Commercial-wise, yes.
Commercial-wise.
He was, yes.
Yeah, that Harlem World album,
yes.
What he was doing and what he was hopping on, Mace was my bro. I still feel like Mace and Lloyd Banks been trying to chase and make an album like Harlem World their whole career. That Harlem World album goes hard.
You talking about the group Harlem World?
No.
His
Mace's
album.
first album.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. I thought you were talking about his group. I was about to say, nah, you lying.
Oh no, fuck Lou. Fuck Lou and the rest of them niggas. Even though I would have never thought Lou was a real gangster, but he was a real gangster, obviously.
Thanks.
So I say that to say, man, I love hip hop. I love Tupac. I being mature, and now I understand the parental advisory thing. Because discernment is a major thing with this entertainment business, and because a lot of these kids have so much access to so much of the material, these kids have so much free roam to just hear whatever they want to hear, and there's no adults to stop them or to control the access to what they hear. I understand parental advisory now compared to when I was a kid. Me and my bro used to sneak and listen to DJ Quick. I can't help it because I love black pussy. We did, just like Compton, or we with Cypress Hill, and we didn't understand it. Like Cypress Hill, I like to get high so high, and then my brother sitting singing in the shower, and our parents is like, "What the fuck you think?" And coming here, and this nigga get a full whooping because he's singing like Cypress Hill song. That's not happening today. Parents got to make sure you go back to being parents, raise your kids, pay attention to what your kids consume, not only from their food and their diet, but also with the diet that they have from the information that's being put into their ears.
Facts.
That's a very big thing. So before we end it, bro, you got any shout outs, any projects, anything you want to shout out before we end it?
Shout out Madam in the Major, interview going down soon. That's pretty much it.
Reggie, you want to shout out them folks again and through the party and the next party coming up?
Yeah, shout out to Trailer Man Productions. The Black and Bling party was nice. They having another one on New Year's Eve, same spot. Be there.
No, reach out to whoever organizing to see if we can sit there and get her to come on to talk about the event at least for a few
Angie,
minutes.
You know her,
Angie. Oh, for real?
Yeah, Angie Harris.
Okay. I'll send a shout out to Truth Entertainment Films, AAA Productions, It's a Hard and Online Podcast,
Annie, Savagely Humble,
AAA Sports. You can catch us on Tuesdays. Shit go hard on AAA Sports. Shit be wild, bro. What you doing next Tuesday? You gonna come back on with us?
We'll make it happen.
Okay. Yo, shout out to my dog Reggie. Hey, Reggie be grinding, man. Reggie be like, ever since Reggie been on, Reggie been like on everything. We like, yo, we doing product of the 80s. Reggie be like, what we talking about? I'm there. AAA Sports.
Let's do one tomorrow. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yo, it's a thankful privilege to work with some amazing individuals. You people have no idea what sometimes it goes to make these podcasts happen. Shout out to D80. My bro does so much and puts so much into it, not only with podcasts, but Truth Entertainment Films is bigger than just podcasts. We have web series. We have promotional videos for clubs. We have businesses that we do a lot of their work for them with.
Ball in the Dream with full films. We do it all.
A Ball in the Dream with the web series. And Walls of Jade, and there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes that this man does. And he's a self-taught editor, he's a self-taught producer, he's a self-taught director, and we're growing and we're building. So if you want to be a part of the team, or you feel like your creative vibe can help us build something great, please hit us up at truthentertainmentfilms.com. But also, yo, we just some black men just in there trying to make it and make a difference and be creative and build something.
Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
For the record, Pocket, my favorite artist too. But I'm Black V, aka Jay Harris. That's D80, aka producer, and that's Reggie Reg, aka the man who knows everything but tell you he'll know shit if the police come knocking.
Facts.
Yo, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this. God bless y'all. Good night.
Good night.